And today on the M1906 show, it's another battery reopening video. It's for a Macintosh PowerBook 520, 520C, 540, and I believe a 540C. Gotta take some real care to get into this one. Some pieces are going to be really easy. Some of them, you're going to wish you never were born. Well, not that bad, but you gotta be real careful with this one, especially on this side. So I'll show you with one I did tear apart what the guts of it look like. And hopefully I can bring it over here with little to no pain. And yes, here we go. This are the innards of this battery. You got the BMS module here. I think it's called that on a nickel metal hydride battery. And you got all this circuitry here, and you got straight up tack welded, spot welded leads here. Although I think in a pinch, if these did fall apart, you probably could do a little work with wire. And of course, you have a thermostat underneath. That I'm not overly concerned about, although that is a very long thermostat, so don't lose the pieces. Set that out of the way before it gets misplaced or broken, because it is a customer battery, along with this one. So we're going to do the real easy parts first. Well, famous last words, I guess. This one might be a little bit more oh yeah, this one's a little bit more swollen. But here, this should be easy. You have any resemblance of a fingernail at all, that comes right off. And part one is done. Now, I gotta figure out how to get this off, which wasn't too terribly bad. Oh, there we go. Ooh, this one's brittle. This one's very brittle. I have to go back to the drawing board to determine how I got this one off, but it does come off. Yeah, this is not going to be as easy one as I thought it was going to be. This one is not too happy. So, before I do any damage here, I do have another one to reference. Hold on here. Let's get the spring. There's a spring. This is how the assembly is supposed to go together. I don't see anything obvious connecting everything together, so in theory, this whole thing's supposed to just slide off. But spoiler alert, it doesn't. Yeah, this one is definitely swollen on more, and it's supposed to just slide off, but it is not doing that, and pieces are already falling off. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that off. Yeah, this one's gonna be a fun one to get off. That's it. Most definitely don't want to come off. So I'm gonna do that offline. It's supposed to just slide right off. As you can tell with this one, it's oh, there are some hooks on it. There's a hook. Yeah, so let me think this through here. There are hooks, and this one, we just got to get it over those hooks, and I think we'll be fine. So let's try that again. I think this is going to be unavoidable breaking this. Yeah, I'm going to have to... This is going to be a slow, painful process. It's starting to come off. But it's just being very stubborn because it is a unit that is indeed expanded. There we go. Yeah, that sucker is expanded, so keep that in a safe place because that spring will come apart. And I don't know if you can tell, but it is starting to separate at the seam here. What I like to do is just take a good old-fashioned utility knife and just start slicing at the side that we know does not have a logic board on it. The batteries are already destroyed. If you go slowly, you'll be fine. See, it's 3 swipes in, and we're already starting to gain entry to this battery. So I think at this point we'll have to do the same thing here. All right, we are starting to gain a little access. Don't force anything crazy. It will eventually crack open. Just trying to see what I need to do with the corner here, because I think that's where this may give us some trouble. Oh my goodness. Corner's definitely a little bit more intact on this one than the other one. See if we can at least get one side to start giving up here. Something's got to give. Yeah, it's just a corner. It just wants to hang on tight here. Which is surprising considering how brittle the rest of the battery's been so far. And that's starting to kind of press down hard, which is a bad idea. Come on, here we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Patience is the name of the game here. Not be a bad idea to wear some kind of gloves with this either. Yep, so I did get the corner to give out, like so. That corner gave right out, although I think that's more of a product of being brittle than it is actually coming apart nice and easy. Yeah, some of this just came right apart right there. Up to here it did anyway. And here you got to start being careful because you'll start running into circuit boards and BMS modules and all the fun stuff that you can't replace if you break it. So we'll just continue to work on the side that we can indeed tear apart without minimal consequences. I always do that. I don't know why I always do that, but I need to stop doing that. Yeah, doesn't want to go in so easy now. But I'm also trying to be ultra cautious here. I better just be on the safe side here. I don't want to risk anything whatsoever. I want to see what we're up against with a already torn apart example, which we're going to probably present on the right. That's literally all ribbon cable. So I think we should be safe if we continue to gently work our razor blade in this section here. As long as we don't hit that ribbon cable, we should be okay. And I need to really stop doing that. And let's see now if that does it. And I know this is probably going to turn into an hour-long video on how to tear apart a battery, but you know what? That's all right. This is not one of those things you want to rush because one bad step and you're toast. Yeah, it's coming apart. So that's apart. So this particular part's kind of similar to an LTE battery without the advantages of that. Because on an LTE, that little bump can be used as a point to pry the battery apart. That is absolutely not the case here with this, the PowerBook battery, the M1906 battery. Like I said, we will take our sweet time. We'll break it open nice and slow. And everything will be home free. Well, it's starting to go. We haven't got to the fun part yet. I want to make sure it's not actually like cracking inappropriately here. Yeah, this one kind of came apart weird, as it's half sliced and half not. But, you know, that's as long as it works, as long as it doesn't prevent the battery from going in or create a short, you should be fine. And if you have any trouble here, now is the time to take the razor blade and start cutting away slowly. Mine did come apart just enough, although if I go too much more with that, you'll see it's already starting to create a stress on the plastic, so I don't want to do that. You can just gently cut. Gotta be careful here, because you could potentially cut that ribbon, and then you're going to be full of disappointment. And you're going to have a 100% chance of not rebuilding your Macintosh 520 battery. Come on. And I am mushing that up more than I would like to, but it is what it is. See, we're getting close to getting it apart. We have three, I would say 2.5 out of the 4 corners separated at this point. So we're just going to work gently around the back here at this time. And taking apart one of these, you know, it's like a painting project. It's okay to... Several light coats are better than one heavy coat. What's that got to do with this? Well, several small swipes are better than one large swipe. And especially around this spot here, this is where that BMS module is going to be. I gotta get a better angle at that. Need more leverage. I don't think I got it all the way through yet, but we'll continue to try. We're starting to get it. Okay, so we got, I want to call that closer to 2 3/4 corners out. I was saying that twice, 3 times. Now this is definitely an unconventional use for a utility knife, but I'm gonna try more of a hacksaw motion. There isn't a whole lot of working room with this. There we go, that pierced through. And now it should start coming apart here. Oh boy, yeah, maybe not, because it's still, that sucker's hanging on for dear life. In the corner it is anyway. Alright, I think I have it mostly apart at this time. And this part will just slide out if I remember my history lesson from 3 days ago correctly. Unfortunately, I can't see any. Oh, there we go. We snapped something off. A little bit closer to that BMS board than I would like, but I hope I didn't hit the board. But that would make a very bad video if we did. This sucker is supposed to come right out. This, it did on the other one anyway. My luck is we'll have a battery that is different, and then I'm going to have to be made out to be a liar. And I don't want to be made out a liar. My goal in life is to help people. Alright, so I think our next course of action is going to be a rather tedious one. We gotta go in this corner. We gotta stop doing that stupid stuff right there. And we gotta be real careful not to slice or gouge the protection there. Just because it looks like crap if we do. All right. Okay, so I think that's as far as we're going to get here on that portion of the tour anyway. I wonder what happened to the other piece of this. Was it sticking underneath something? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so this is what we got going on here. So I'm not sure if this one snapped off or something, but this is the piece that comes out. And it does have clips in it to hold it in place. So what we have to do is get under one of these ends somehow and get those clips dislodged. And if I'm a betting person, probably not the best idea to bet. I'm going to guess that the end of the clip is going to be that way. It just feels right to me here. We need a nice small prying tool here. At least that's what I'm going to go with next. Whether it's the best idea or not is yet to be seen. I don't think I can find a really small prying device. A bright orange screwdriver somewhere. Oh, I see it now. Never mind. Crisis averted. Come on. So, clip is on this side. So let's see if we can get it from behind here. Nope. This is a resilient one. Don't you dare. Go back in. Don't play scared turtle. Yep, so you want to try and get a really small pry tool behind this end, the rear of the battery with the notch. And just go around until you find each one of those clips and you just undo them. I'm going to do it off camera because it's more convenient for me to do so. If you have an ultra brittle battery like I do in this case, just try to do your best. So that's only advice I can really give you at this time. And take it slow. I can't stress that enough. And then you get to do the same around the top or bottom, depending on what way you're looking at this. There lies a BMS module. This one is undamaged. And now, in theory, I don't know this one did not come apart like the first one, but I believe at this point that there's clips that have to be undone. And look at the other battery. Yeah, this one just kind of just broke in half, so... Oh, shit. Pardon my language. Oh, shit, indeed. The spring is gone. Anyway, so here's what's left of that. It just kind of just looked like it just broke clean off. I gotta find that spring. Hope it did not bounce too far, because that is going to definitely be a problem if it did. Yeah, well, it kind of looks like the same spring you would have on a AA battery, so even if it did, I think I could find a replacement for that. So, but regardless, be careful what you do here. I don't think we're ever going to see it again. Oh well, we'll look for it after we open this battery up. I think what I'm going to do is just slowly work this back and forth. That's what I hope to do here. Oh, yep. That's do bear in mind the ribbon cables, depending on what. That's the part you got to worry about. So try to separate those from the case. There's just all sorts of crap falling from this one, so I don't know about this one's going to work either, but the good news is it won't be without effort. I'm actually going to try and see if we can free the bottom half of the battery to achieve this. That is the this is the part that's going to take a while. At least I'm going to take it real slow with it anyway. It's starting to come apart here, this end, and it at this point for this it is just stuck in the middle. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see where we could potentially pry this off right now. It looks like there is a clip. A plastic clip, maybe. Cardboard protection behind it. Although I can't prove that one way or the other just yet. Oh, hold on there. I actually can. Yeah, there's some plugs in here, or some, yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but if you look towards the middle, in the back there, you could tell there's a kind of a peg for the circuitry to sit in. I think if we get that past that point, then we should be able to not worry about breaking anything that is irreplaceable. Yeah, so that is going to be the longest part of this video by a mile. We really don't like to do this, but yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, it's just literally stuck in the middle at this time. Now if I could break the bottom half of the battery, it'd be all right, but that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm just going to work the bottom more than work the top. Oh, there we go. Yep, so just gently work the bottom, it'll eventually snap off like a twig. That's exactly what I did here. There may be clips or something along the lines that put that in place, but here we are. Here is your PowerBook 520 battery in all of its mangled glory. And yeah, so this is going to be an extremely interesting one to put back together, but I have faith in myself. And this cardboard is very important, so don't skip on that cardboard. All right, there we go. We're out of our case. There we go. And once again, I do want to throw a disclaimer on there. This may not be the best possible way to take this battery apart, but it is definitely a way to take this battery apart. And all I used were two basic tools to get into it, well, three if you count. Little baby screwdriver, one of these screwdrivers, and a sharp razor blade knife. It's a 1/8 screwdriver. It's a Pratt Reed USA. Brand doesn't really matter as long as you got the blade. A real tiny flathead. So that's all she wrote on that. I have a spring to find that fell off of my other battery, or it may have not been on there. I don't know, but either case, I have a new problem or a new challenge to figure out. So it'll be time for me to figure that out. As soon as I get the other cells, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. As soon as I get the other cells, we will actually go ahead and attempt to rebuild this battery. It'll show you exactly what batteries I ended up buying. You can get them from Mauser or DigiKey or any reputable electronics dealer, but yeah, Mauser is the way to go here. Let's see, let's go view order details, and it's going to take me a minute here. And there is a, okay, perfect, here we go. So this is right here, the HHR 210 AB18. The batteries themselves are 49 millimeters long, 17 millimeters in diameter. So if you're getting, and I think the originals are 1800 milliamps, the replacements are 2100 milliamps, although there is a 2700 milliamp option available in this size battery. I think this is just a size A. That's a singular A, not double A. Well, double A may work. I don't know. Hold on, actually, yeah, some handy. The double A's, I look like they're about the same height, and just a little bit skinnier. Although these are 2,000 milliamps, so you'd be they're a little wider ones to get a little bit more juice out of them. I'm not sure if that matters or not, but for some people it might. So that's it for now. As soon as we get batteries in, and as soon as I get a little time, I will go ahead and rebuild with you live, at least probably on the second ones. I'm sure the first one's going to be interesting, so we'll do that later. If you have any questions or comments or constructive criticism, as always, feel free to leave them in the comments section. As always, thank you for watching.